Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. A happy President's Day as well. A lot of you, some of you, I guess, have the day off and are hanging out. But the rest of us are working.
What's that like?
But we have fun.
Day off. What is that like?
I don't know.
It's not like, we're breaking rocks or anything. I mean, I love this job, man. I do it all the time.
Yesterday, it was funny. I got a text from someone here about something, and I was like, you know what? This sounds like a Monday problem. I'm watching the Daytona 500 right now,
Nice.
so I'm going to continue to do that.
Yeah, Dr. Crane, don't bother chasing the weekend.
It was not Dr. Crane.
But I did get a text message as well, so I think I may know who it is.
It's just like, at some point, folks, you got to learn to figure it out on your own. Otherwise, you're never going to figure it out. That's just
wise words, man.
How we operate. But fun weekend, Valentine's weekend for those of you that celebrate. For those of you that didn't, I hope you had a good Saturday. And then if you watched the 500 yesterday, I think you were entertained.
Well, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, that's the Great American Race, right? Where are they off to now?
They're Atlanta this weekend. Okay. There's not many people that can say this. There are, if I'm thinking correctly, there are two people that can say this. Joe Gibbs can claim Daytona 500 and NASCAR Cup Series champion and Super Bowl champion.
Right.
So he is a champion car owner / coach in two sports. And now Michael Jordan can claim being an NBA champion and a Daytona 500 winning car owner, which is pretty cool to say.
Yeah, I was laughing because the guy that won,
Tyler Reddick,
led one lap.
Yep.
And I'm like,
that he led the only lap that counts.
Right? That was the thing. It was like he led the last lap and he won the race. And you just knew something was going to happen. It happens all the time in that last lap. And he got done, but I was cheering for our boy Chase Elliott. I was like, he's going to get it. And then
boom. Ricky, if you're listening, he and I were watching the race together, and I about sucker punched him. Like I about knocked him out because they're going down the backstretch, and he goes, Chase Elliott's got it. And I'm like, will you shut up? Like, have you not seen this race?
Right.
Before, like and as soon as he said that, I'm like, well, he's not going to win. I mean, I knew I've just seen it enough, and I'm kidding. I wasn't really going to hit him, but it's the wreck happens. Chase takes the lead, but he has nobody to help him. And Tyler's getting a push on the inside. And I was like, Reddick.
You know what I'm not a fan of? I'm not a fan of this teammate nonsense.
Interesting.
I'm not. I win the race, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to win the race. It was like, well, he's holding his teammate off and helping his teammate out. I'm like, no, man, I want to win the race.
Well, here's the thing. You can blame Rick Hendrick and Richard Childress and Joe Gibbs and some of the car owners that have been around a while for this because, it used to be you kind of had individual things. And then you got to a point where they were like, well, I can make more money if I own multiple cars. And so you got Hendrick Motorsports that now has 4 cars. Gibbs has 4 cars.
Jordan's got 4. Who are they?
Jordan's technically got 3, and then they got a part-time 4th. Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Riley Herbst, and then Corey Heim was in the 67, which is going to run a part-time schedule this year. Gibbs has 4. Childress has 2. Colleague, I think, has 2 or 3. I mean, so
Who's the best single car owner?
That's a really good question. I mean, probably Penske's got 3. I guess the Wood brothers, but technically they have an alliance with Penske, so they're getting good stuff.
That doesn't count, right?
But they're still technically a single car organization with the 21 and Josh Berry.
All right, but I need nobody. I need no affiliation. I need just you're without one.
Well, but the thing is now the smaller teams are pretty much all they buy their stuff from a bigger team.
Okay,
so that's what I mean by affiliation. So Hayek Racing with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., they're a 1-car team.
He came in second.
Yeah,
right?
He was second.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a team sport in that sense, but at the end, and that's why people don't like Joey Logano necessarily, because he's the guy that I don't care who's in front of me. If I got to wreck you to win the race, I'm gonna wreck your ass to win the race.
Perfect.
And I love that.
Yeah. Well, Dale Sr. did.
Yeah. Dale Sr. didn't give a damn about his
did
teammate.
All the other guys, I'm going to win the race no matter what happens. Some of the best fights were, Bobby Allison and Neil Bonnet and Kel Yarborough and all those fighting in pit row. And I mean, after they wrecked, they fight. I mean, those were great. Now it's all buddy stuff. But I don't know. I was like, he's always a little help from his teammate. I'm like, no, man. You don't win the race. That's the goal through all this. Good times.
Good times indeed. 615-737-1025. We're going to get to the Titans uniform stuff. Woo! It is a Reaction Monday brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. But let's get our question of the day out there first.
In honor of President's Day, with the apostrophe after the S, in honor of President's Day, what is the best fictional president of all time? TV or movie? The best fictional president of all time. And I think you and I are in agreement on one that we really like.
Yeah, I'm going to give a different answer just to throw another one out there. But Jeb Bartlett is certainly a great one from the West Wing. I've seen posts on Twitter that people talking about him. So he is certainly a good one for sure. The one I was going to throw out there, and what's hilarious is I never remember his name. I just know the actor and then the character. President Thomas J. Whitmore.
Thomas J. Hold on. Thomas J. Whitmore. Let me look this up. Thomas J. Was it a recent movie?
In 30 years. The last 30 years.
Ah.
You know.
Good. All right, I looked it up. Good one.
Yep. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. Should we win, the 4th of July will no longer be an American holiday, but the day the world declared we will not go quietly into the night.
I like that. That's a good one.
Today is our Independence Day.
And he made an appearance in the Independence Day Part 2, and it was weird seeing him because he wasn't the president. I'm going to go with
but he was awesome in that movie.
Oh, it's great. I'm going to go with President James Marshall.
James Marshall. Oh, I know that. Well,
he was a Vietnam helicopter pilot. Made more rescues in Vietnam than anybody else. I know this man.
Oh,
Air Force One. Air Force One.
Yep.
Yeah. Such a good movie.
Get off my plane.
Right. I think the last 20 minutes, all right, come on, this is nonsense. But the whole Gary Oldman's so good in that role, but Harrison Ford, I mean, that's
Glenn Close is the VP.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie. I mean, there are other good presidential movies, but those two kind of stand out for us right now. I watched the Dennis Quaid play Reagan. The movie came out 2 years ago. Fantastic.
Yeah, I still need to watch that.
Fantastic job.
You know what? I know this is there are some scenes in Air Force One that there's the one with I guess it's his press secretary or where she gets killed, which that one's a little tough. But the and I forget the actor's name, but his national security advisor that basically pops up and is if anything you need, you go through me or something like that, and then he gets shot in the head.
That's him. Yep.
And Gary Oldman's I just executed your national security advisor.
Gary Oldman might be the best actor of our generation.
He is a fantastic villain.
He's great, man.
You think about when he it was a terrible movie, but the remake of Lost in Space that had Joey from Friends as one of the main guy.
I don't remember that.
He's in that.
Okay.
And he is the doctor that's the bad guy.
What was he in Batman? Was he the commissioner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was Commissioner Gordon.
He was good in that. He's also in JFK.
He is in JFK.
Back in 1991, and he was so good in JFK, but all the movies he's in is just Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, or something. That movie was he did a remarkable role, was fantastic in that. But anyway, that's our question of the day is who's the best fictitious president in honor of President's Day?
TV, movie, doesn't matter. And our question of the day, Presented by Aries Tactical, your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First time shooter, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you, and check them out at ariestactical.com. And you can call and text at 615-737-1025, which is driven by Wilson County Hyundai.com. We'll get to some of our question of the day answers here in just a little bit. But coming up next, Twitter is abuzz over a leaked logo that supposedly has been confirmed as a part of the Titans rebrand. They'll be learning more about here in the next few weeks. What do we think? We'll discuss coming up next. Chasing Big Joe on this Monday, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. So the internet became a buzz around here over the weekend when there was a plush football that was supposedly on the Fanatics website that had you knew it was the Titans, but it was definitely a redesigned logo. And A to Z Sports confirmed, Easton Freeze confirmed through a source that was in fact part of a brand redesign. Now, what we don't know is that a primary logo? Is that a secondary logo? What exactly is it? There's then been, helmets that have surfaced that look like the Oilers helmet, but with this Titans logo, because the color scheme is the light love ya blue, Titans blue, white, and red, which I think is a fine color scheme. But it goes back to the what Warren Moon had said of that the Titans were going to transition back to an Oilers-esque look, but with the name the Titans. And so now the speculation begins on what exactly the uniforms are going to look like, what the whole branding is going to look like, and is it kind of a restart for this franchise?
Nobody's denied it, and that's the thing now. Which who knows? Look, I told you before the show, just go back to being the Oilers. You got the blue, you love the blue, you love all that. Just go back to being the team. It's okay. It's your football team. Do what you want. You're getting away from the Titans and these colors. It's Oilers. It's all Houston Oilers colors. So go back to being the Tennessee Oilers, and we'll be fine with it. Just rename it, and I'm good.
They're not going to do that. That has a 0% chance of happening.
Right. I'm telling her to do that.
I think they're going to change everything but the name. And here's what I thought about, because I thought Jake and Parker were having a really good discussion on it. I know Robbie and Joe were talking about it too this morning, and I've read stuff, and it kind of hit me on my way in, because you had a few people that were like, why change it? Because you have people that don't care. You have people that hate change, and so it's like, how dare you change something? Like, you should go to jail because you're changing something. And then they get over it, once you get used to it. And my thing was, under the old two-tone blue, the flaming thumbtack, as everybody refers to the logo, like the Titans, what has been the Titans since 1999.
Right.
What have they done? What have they won? What have they accomplished? Like, yes, that's our team, and that's the first look that they had and the only logo they've had. And so, yes, there's obviously some history and some sentimental ties and things like that.
Yeah.
But like, my thing is, I do believe that Amy Adams Strunk wants to see this organization move forward, and in some ways a rebrand is needed. I mean, because let's just be honest, the current uniform set that they have are terrible.
It didn't go the way they wanted.
No, it didn't.
Right.
And I the report is that they're going to kind of move away from the Greek mythology, which I think is good. I hear me when I say this, Titans fans, with a passion. I hate the stupid for the first down. I think it's the dumbest thing on the face of the earth. I hate it. I can't stand it. It sounds and looks so freaking stupid. And you can come at me for that, but I cannot stand it. A lot of you hate the touchdown song is Ring of Fire. I agree. It doesn't fit. It's a great song, but it doesn't fit. So they need to change that too. The whole game operations needs to change, and I believe it's going to, because I think they've made some leadership changes there. And so, look, I have no problem with a rebrand that pays homage to the past.
Right.
Honor the Oilers. It is a part of your history, unless she comes out and just says, look, I've talked to Cal McNair, and I'm going to allow them to take the Oilers brand back. They're going to become the Oilers effective immediately. That has if minus a percentage was possible, that's the percentage it has of happening.
Right.
But like, honor it. I need to see the full thing though, because I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, and some people are getting all worked up, and you don't even know what the full product is. Now, with that said, people are like, okay, was this a planned leak? Unfortunately, I don't believe that to be the case. I think, and I almost feel bad for the Titans in that they're trying to do something with hype, and I think they probably had their stuff planned and how they wanted to do it. And once again, it got screwed up for them, and it wasn't their fault. And so now, what does that do? I heard Jake say he believes this week something's going to be teased, because that's going to move up the timeline. I tend to agree with that. I think that now that the cat's out of the bag and there's going to be a change. Warren Moon also tipped the hand, earlier this year. Go ahead and put something out there. You don't have to do the whole reveal, but like go ahead and put a teaser out there, or confirm that it's the logo or whatnot, because it gets people excited, because there is a lot to be excited about with this organization right now. You're going to have a new look. You have a new stadium in a year. You have a franchise quarterback that you're seeing some good things. You got a new GM. You got a second-year GM, a new head coach. You got $100 million in cap space to work with. You got the 4th overall pick. There's a lot to be positive and excited about. So lean into that right now, and let's see what it looks like. If all the mocks out there turn out to be true and it's the white helmet and it basically looks like the Oilers, I don't hate that. I think it's a fine look. I understand your argument that then just go back to being the Oilers, but I think it's kind of cool to take the new and combine it with the old and honor the past and have that color scheme that was so iconic. I will say it looks like they're going to lean into red a little bit more, which I think they should have done since the beginning. So is there a red jersey in the future, which I think would be cool?
I don't mind it. I mean, it's I'm looking at all. There's hundreds of like the helmet, the uniforms, and what there could look like. You just Google Titans new logo, click on images, and they're everywhere. I don't mind it. I think the current uniform is awful. I think it's terrible.
It's terrible. It's not.
I think the block lettering was never good, and I know they needed to change. And that was in 2018, and that got everything rolling. But I don't mind this. But just don't come to me and say that you're embracing you're being in that, because you're not embracing you're being in Nashville, right? It's your football team. Do whatever you want to with it, but you are still in love with Houston. Just admit it. That's fine.
Are they in love with Houston, or are they in love with that brand, which I get was Houston, but the Oilers brand?
All that. You can't. I mean, that's what she grew up. That's all she knows. That was her father's football team. That's all they know. So I don't mind it when I look at the mocks on the jerseys and everything. It's okay. I'm on board, but don't try to what's the word? Tell me that it's raining, whatever it is. Spit in my hand, tell me it's raining, or something like that. I just go out and say, look, we want to embrace the old Houston Oilers and then incorporate a little stuff here in Nashville, then go for it. That's fine, but it's okay. I mean, the logo itself, on the helmet doesn't look half bad.
So am I like, again, I was young when all this happened, but my understanding was when they moved here, Bud Adams had no intent, and we'll ask John McClain at 2:00, that Bud Adams had no intention of changing the name or the uniforms or anything. That the Oilers, that was his team.
That's what I'd heard. So who knows?
He was going to keep it the Oilers, and that the fan base was kind of like, we want our own thing. That's Houston. We would like our own thing. And so finally he gave in. And that's where there was the whole name the team contest, and they gave, the names. And I don't even think Titans was originally a part of it. And then that got in there, and then it was the Titans. And then there were these rumors that there was a whole nother name and uniform set that's locked in a closet somewhere. And that was all hearsay. None of that ever got confirmed. But so, I mean, the Titans, that's our name. That's our team. And so I don't want to see them change back. I have no issue honoring the Oilers. And, when they did the throwback a few years ago, I thought that was cool. But I still think you got to lean into what you are and figure out what the identity of the Titans is moving forward.
Has there been the Rams moved LA to St. Louis, back to LA. They kept the uniforms there. God bless you. Kept the uniform. Has there been another? I don't think there's been another team that's moved. Chargers kept the logo. Raiders kept the logo. Like everything.
Colts
kept the logo.
So what are you asking? Like instances where they moved and then completely rebranded?
Yes, there's not been that.
Well, technically, the Browns did.
No, you can't do that.
But then they became basically a separate franchise,
because they gave the Browns franchise all the historical records.
Correct.
So they kept that franchise alive.
Which hindsight being 2020, that's probably what he should have done. I mean, if I'm being real, he was never going to do it, but it's probably what he should have done, because the NFL had made the decision that they were pissed at Bud and that they were going to let him leave. Houston and then immediately give Houston a team, just like they did with Art Modell and in Baltimore and then in Cleveland. So, I mean that the NFL could have done what they did with Modell and just said, here's the deal. We're going to honor this, but you got to leave the Browns history here. They should have said to Bud, you got to leave the Oilers in Houston.
I agree. And there are hundreds of different Titans logos and helmets and kind of things from people that have put their stuff.
By the way,
out
is
there.
Twitter down?
I have no idea.
It is? Okay. Yeah, apparently it's down.
There are so many. And here's a great red Titans hat helmet, which is just cool. So it's fun. The speculation's fun. Now look, again, I don't mind it. Just you're still in love with Houston.
Well, and to your point, so the Kansas City Chiefs were the Dallas Texans. Actually, the Jets were originally the Titans.
Correct. He had to get
Titans
permission
in New York, yeah,
for that.
But
I'm talking and like
Chargers
Super Bowl era.
Yeah, Chargers were San Diego, LA. Patriots were Boston and then New England.
But they've kept the same.
The Cardinals have moved.
Same logo
3 times.
Chicago to St. Louis, and they've kept the same logo, the same everything that goes there. So you see all that. I mean, the Rams have tweaked their uniforms a little bit here and there, but all these different. There's some really cool mock-up helmets that there are down the line. But again, you put the helmet with the full uniform. It's okay. I'm okay with it, but you're still in love with Houston, and I guess you'll always be in love with Houston.
Yeah, and we'll see. I want to see what. I don't want to get too excited because, one way or another, because I want to see what the actual product looks like. Jim Wyatt was asked in his mailbag, and he's like, I'm not allowed to comment on that right now.
Right. Which
that tells you something without him saying anything.
Exactly. Yeah, I saw that too as well. And so I don't know. I mean, look, they got to be a little not mad at Warren Moon, but like, come on, man. When he did the thing with Cam Ward and talked about the new uniform, and that's all people remember from that press conference was the fact that Warren Moon had brought up about new uniforms going on. But again, somebody asked me, like, why are people up in arms over this? And I said, look, man, this is a football team a lot of people still love, put a lot of money into it. You go to the games. This is your team. Why you should be able to be upset or happy or whatever. It doesn't matter. If you had no reaction at all, I think that's worse than having a reaction like, I can't believe they're doing this, or like it. Again, go look at the full uniform together with the helmet. I'm fine with it. I'm fine
if that's in fact the uniform.
Yes.
I mean, it's the Oilers. That's what it is. I mean, it is the Oilers made over with the TriStar on the sleeves.
Yeah.
But give me different here's the other thing that we'll talk about when coming up next. Because people have asked, okay, are they going to do a home and away and a third? And then there's also the rivalry uniform that is the AFC South is going to be introducing this year, like we saw last year.
Right.
With I think it was the AFC East and the NFC, one of the NFCs. So what is that going to look like? I have some thoughts on that as well. 615-737-1025. What do you think about the supposed leaked logo and uniform? We'll discuss that more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game.
All right, guys. Hey, Big Joe here. Listen, we know we still talk all the time about mental health for men. Here's a website for you. I want you to write down and take it with you. UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com. If you're struggling, you need to talk to somebody, reach out, unitycares.com. We have a link on the GameNashville.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe shirt. On there on the right-hand side, you'll see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care. But unitycares.com is what you need to know. I need you to go to therapy and talk, because going to therapy saved and changed my life, and you can do it too. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential. They offer telehealth. No one has to know that you're doing it. I just need you to go try it one time and see how it opens up your world. You find gratitude and become closer to God, and you'll realize that your life is there. It's good, and you got some good things going for you. unitycares.com. And again, if you're a loved one and you know one of your loved ones is struggling and they need to talk, again, both of you sit down, go to unitycares.com, click on the link there, and all information you need is right there for you to get better. We tell you all the time, we love you guys so much. You don't have to go through this alone. unitycares.com. Let the journey to wellness begin.
Chase and Big Joe, 1025, the game here on this Monday. Just seen, is this confirmed? The news we just,
It is.
Yeah, that's, I was afraid this could be coming because I've seen a lot of places showing his movies, but it appears that actor Robert Duvall, who's an Oscar-winning actor, has passed away at the age of 95. I mean, you name it, he's been in it. The Godfather, my personal favorite, Days of Thunder, is crew chief Harry Hogg. I mean, but I would say The Godfather and Apocalypse Now are probably two of his top movies.
Yeah, right. I mean, he was in To Kill a Mockingbird.
He was.
That's how far back. I mean, he was. We talked Gary Oldman earlier about might be the greatest actor. I think Duvall is probably a little bit ahead of Gary Oldman, just a tad bit. I mean, what a geez. I mean, Apocalypse Now. You're not seeing that movie. Just
he was in True Grit, wasn't he?
I don't know. Maybe the remake.
Among the bad guy opposite of John Wayne and Wayne's lone Oscar-winning performance, True Grit.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's done so much.
He was in the MASH movie.
He was. Never married.
Huh. Yep. So hate hearing that. Lonesome Dove, I think he was on that as well. But I absolutely, of course, just love him in Days of Thunder because he's just perfect for it.
Right. I mean, that's just, oh man. It's so many. I mean, the Godfather role. I mean,
No, he was married 4 times.
oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no children. That's right. He had
Yeah.
no children. Yeah.
Yep. So hate seeing that. Age 95, the great actor Robert Duvall passing away. And Dr. Crane's pulling something that, I mean, I think it's timely with the Daytona 500 to play
Exactly,
one of my
yes.
favorite clips from Days of Thunder. But he had, of course, the famous line, "Rubbin' son is racing," that was in Days of Thunder.
That's right.
And his character, Harry Hogg, was based off crew chief Harry Hyde, who was a Hall of Fame crew chief in NASCAR.
See, he died at his ranch in Middleburg, Virginia. I always thought he lived in Argentina because he loved the tango and all the stuff that went with it. Man, they don't make him like that anymore.
Open Range with him and Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that's an old mid-90s, I think.
Yeah. So, but hate seeing that and just wanted to pass that along. Twitter's down, so I can't really get more. It might be coming.
Oh, he was in The Great Santini, which is, I mean, the book was good, but the movie was so good. Is that Pat Conroy book? Is that right? Yeah, man, that's a really good movie. We could do next 3 hours talking about movies of Robert Duvall.
Oh yeah, was he in The Departed?
I don't think so.
Or what am I thinking of that I just saw?
Well, that Departed, the last 10 minutes of that movie.
Oh, dude.
Right.
Let's see. He is. Let me just pull up the whole. How long you got?
Till 3, baby.
Yeah. Let's see. The last thing he did was a TV series called The Culture Mafia. That's out this year. The Pale Blue Eye was 2022. So he really hasn't done as much.
Well, he's
the last few years. Yeah. 4 Christmases. He was in that.
That's right.
We Own the Night came out in the mid 2000s. Thank You for Smoking. I think we were just talking about that movie. Gods and Generals, John Q. Gone in 60 Seconds. That's what I just watched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was in that.
Yeah. Deep Impact, too.
Deep Impact.
He was the astronaut.
Yep. He was in that. And he looked Sling Blade. Wasn't he in Sling Blade?
I'm not seeing it here. I don't remember if he was or not.
Phenomenon.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da.
Here is my favorite from Days of Thunder.
I want you to back out on that track and hit the pace car. Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other thing out there, I want you to be perfect. Now go on, go.
So good. And Tom Cruise has a look on his face like, oh.
I know. Wouldn't the talk to make another Days of Thunder? Tom Cruise
Yeah.
had put that out there. So,
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And I still think they might, but, I know there were discussions. Funny thing about that movie that I did not know until I heard Dale Earnhardt Jr. say it. But before they filmed it, Tom Cruise came out to Dale and Teresa Earnhardt's house and spent like 2 hours with Dale Earnhardt talking about this movie that he was going to make. And the character Rowdy Burns was loosely based off Dale Earnhardt.
Huh?
Just kind of the brash, the blue collar, not going to, I'm a whip your ass, basically, like that mentality. But that Tom Cruise spending that time with Dale Earnhardt really helped him prepare for
Nice.
the role in Days of Thunder. And then Rick Hendrick, there's a great documentary called The Golden Hour that's about the making of Days of Thunder and all the Bobby Hamilton was one of the drivers of the cars, and I think Greg Sachs was another one, but they were all, Rick Hendrick built them all and would put them in the races and have them actually race.
Yeah, I mean it's something. I mean, look at all that. We could be here till 3 o'clock talking about that. And movies I forgot that he was in. Colors with Sean Penn was.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good movie, man. So yeah, what a career. I mean, just lucky to have one of those movies, and he was in like 30 of them.
Oh, Absolutely. But with the Titans uniforms, kind of back to that. If I'm them, go ahead and tease something. Go ahead and put something out there. I mean, I'm sorry that your thunder got, taken away from you a little bit, but people are like, well, maybe they did it on purpose. I don't think so. I think this was a Fanatics thing. Um, but I mean, I'd go ahead and tease something. I mean, the Falcons have already done that. There are rumors that they're going back to. It's kind of funny how everything kind of circles back around. You'll have consultants and people tell you got to be new and you got to be, like change your looks and really go a certain direction, and then everybody wants you to go back to the throwback.
Yeah, because it's nostalgia, man. It goes back to a nice point in time in your life when things are great. And I wish the Seahawks would go back to their old jerseys and on and on. We could do it all day long with all
Yeah.
of those. But it's yeah, I mean, look, be mad at Fanatics. I mean, if that was a planned part of that to do, who knows? But now it's kind of like, all right, we see it now. You like it. Yeah, it's okay. And then go, I don't know how else they would leak something else out different than what we've seen already.
Yeah, and as Paul Koharski did point out on his website that the circle logo that we're seeing has been used before. In fact, you may remember it was in the floor at the facility before they redid it all. When you walked into the lobby, the Titans logo without the flames, but
Yeah.
this circle logo was in the floor, and I think they've used it, on some marketing material and things like that. But so we'll see. I mean, we'll absolutely see what it's going to become.
They're not going to use the hat logo that Rand Carthon had that his buddy made up.
I hope not.
That was great. Glad he's able to do that. That was nice.
Yeah. I hope not. But it'll be interesting to see. We'll talk to John McClain about it coming up at 2:00 today. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. Reacting to the Titans and the uniform potentially changing. It looks like it's going to. Dustin in Hopkinsville says the Flames and the Titans uniforms is about like the NASCAR shirts where the whole shirt is of the car and the sponsorship. I had a Tony Stewart one, bright orange and white. I wore it to 8th grade dance. That was when old Dustin gained his swagger in dressing. Went from that to the best dress in my senior year in the yearbook. Very nice.
Yeah, well done on that.
I like it. But Richie from White House, if they decide to do a red jersey, I have a feeling some Titans fans will be mad about that since the Texans currently use a red alternate jersey as well. They would claim the Titans are copying the Texans.
Oh, yes.
Apparently, Texans fans are already complaining about the proposed leaked
logo. I
logo.
don't know why you complain. It looks nothing like your logo, so don't worry about it. You know.
Mike in Lebanon says, once again, the Titans do the opposite of what I want. As the years go by, I feel less connected to the team. Football is about testosterone, and Baby Blue doesn't say I'm going to clobber you on the field. And I'm so sick of the Oilers stuff.
I mean, if you want to go, I mean, say, hey, we're going to move back to Houston. All right, take care of yourself.
I do, to that point, I don't mind the light blue, but I like the dark blue. So I don't think the dark blue needs to go away.
But what are they going to do? Are they going to keep it around?
Yeah, keep it as the alternate.
Okay.
And actually wear the alternate.
All right. Again,
like if they have four uniforms, I'm fine with that. College football does it all the damn time. So why wouldn't you? You can make money on it.
It's just
too
much, man.
Have the light blue, have the white for the road, have a dark blue, and then if you're make your rivalry one the red one.
You could do all that.
And you have 3 helmets to work with. You could have a white one. I do like a white helmet. I think a white helmet's pretty sick. So I like the white helmet.
So just I don't know. You lose the. I know I'm a fan of a couple, maybe 2, but they're not asking me. And that's the thing is I don't know. I'm okay with what they got now. The new ones, the legend one that's out there. I'm fine. It's okay.
But like, do you agree on a white helmet? I mean,
not a fan of white helmets.
Even like the Tennessee helmet with that orange tee, and
because the tee is profound. I don't mind that, but overall, that's history.
Like I think Vandy's white helmet with the V logo looks really cool.
It's okay. I've just never been a fan of a white helmet like that, so I don't know. The tee with Tennessee is this profound. It's it's been there. You see it, and I don't know. I got no problem with this. All these. I just. Don't quit denying that you don't care about the Oilers when you do. And that's my thing.
Al says you can put lipstick on a pig and it's still a pig. Now, this is coming from an original PSL founding father, lifelong season ticket holder, and new stadium PSL owner. All that matters is winning. Loyal listener, Alan Franklin. Al day, Al the time. Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.
Al, thanks, Al, for calling in or texting in. No, he's right. Win games. Nobody cares.
Brian may have the text of the day. The people that are upset about the new logo and getting rid of the flames are probably the same people that have flames painted on their Dodge Neon.
Oh, yes. Don't you knock a Dodge Neon, pal.
1978, the original Titans jerseys were good. Steering away from that was the first mistake in all of this. That's the thing. There were a lot of people that hated the two-tone blue and like the original look. I didn't mind it. The numbers looked very 90s and probably needed an update. But like I didn't mind the light blue on the shoulders and the dark blue in the jersey.
I mean, it was Nashville's.
Yeah. That was the two-tone blue.
That was you got rid of everything. You left Houston, you had a new identity here in Nashville. That was fine. And then they did the 2018, the more of the Greek with the block letters. I was okay. It was okay with that, but then it was like, nah, and it just didn't really pop. And this is okay. Again, I'm fine with it.
577 for how close to the Ole Miss uniforms do you think it would look like?
Oh, that's a great point. They do.
Especially if they did a powder blue helmet, which I love those.
Maybe they will.
Like, I mean, Ole Miss has some pretty damn good unis.
Yeah, they did. They got one helmet, though, that'll never show back up, Ole Miss. But
with Colonel Reb on it?
Colorado will never make another
Well, yeah,
appearance
of course.
on the side of a helmet. But
He's
it
on
was-
he hangs out on the Grove.
Yeah, it was a pretty good looking helmet though, but they'll never bring that back. And that's Elmas has some really, really good uniforms.
Okay, so what do you think? This is one that somebody texted to us. I like it, but it looks like TSU.
It looks just like TSU. I don't like it. I like it for TSU. I don't like it for the
Yeah.
no.
I mean,
No, not
if
a
you
fan.
did that in the light blue, I could maybe get behind that. But
Oh.
like this is the wrong shade of this is TSU blue.
I wonder who she consulted with all this.
I don't know.
Or
That's a great question.
they bring her like 15 different mock-ups. All right, which one you like? And then she's like, I like that one.
Yeah. 8814 says they should have light blue for home, white for away, current uniform style for alternate, and use the classic McNair George era jerseys for the rivalry.
I'm a fan with that. That's okay.
To do the throwback. Again, I don't know what the NFL is doing. Get rid of this rivalry crap. Get rid of this color, whatever they call it, color
rush.
Color rush. Thank you.
Yeah.
And do throwback weekend. Do it twice so everybody can do a home and an away,
Mhm.
and have throwback uniforms for every team.
Right. That's
You
good.
know, and look, here's the thing. You're the NFL. You go to her and say, here's your deal. For throwback, you can decide you can be the Titans or you can be the Oilers. But if you're going to be the Titans, then Houston gets to be the Oilers. And you have to deal with that. Never happened. But I'm just saying, like, you know,
Yeah.
or at least let them use the colors. Like at least let the Texans do one in the Love You Blue.
Ooh, that would set off a firestorm.
Oh, it would.
Maybe JJ Watt wouldn't cry as much.
But I mean, like, because for me, if they're going to do a throwback weekend here, I want them to be the Titans.
Right. I'm with you.
You know, with the two-tone blue, McNair, George, D Mace, like Frank Wycheck, Kevin Dyson,
I wonder
Tron
what
Curse.
the reaction was Saturday morning when this all hit in the Titans.
Can I
office.
tell you what my initial thought was? And I want to say this in a nice way because I truly mean it in a nice way. I legit felt bad for them because they're an organization that so many people look at them that they can't do anything right. And I actually think in the last few months they've been doing things right.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like I wanted them to have this. You know, like I wanted them to be able to do this the way that they wanted to do it. And I feel like that's been taken away from them. And I kind of feel bad for them. Because it's like
a little bless their heart.
Like I'll use this analogy because I think this applies to both of us probably. Dr. Crane, maybe not. You know how like in school that, you know, we probably weren't the best students.
Yeah.
But you busted your butt and you tried so hard. And like, I remember like, you know, studying for a week for a test and I still got a C.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, I put everything I had into it and I still did poorly. That's kind of how I feel about this with them. Like,
I just could
I feel bad for them.
Like Fanatics leaked it out, and I was like, "What? What is this?" And you see it, and you're like, "Oh no, what's going to happen here?" Yeah, it's like they can't do anything correct, and that was another part of that. So I don't know, man. We'll see. Well, now you're right. Speed it up a little bit. So what you got to do and get done, and pop the jerseys out there. I thought it'd be next year. I thought it'd be moving to the next stadium next year. They would do this.
Yeah. Ricky on our text line, not our Ricky. Open your ears and listen to what I'm saying. He says teams already do throwbacks. I'm aware of that. I'm saying do a throwback weekend league-wide mandated. The NFL logo goes back to the old NFL logo. The officials wear old officials' uniforms. The TV networks go back to their 80s and 90s graphic packages. You do a complete nostalgia weekend where all 32 teams at the same time are wearing their throwback uniforms.
Yeah.
I am aware that teams already do throwbacks. And color rush still is a thing. They wear the uniforms. They don't maybe call it that. So
yeah, when the Patriots did it this year, I guess we're playing the Bills.
Rule number 1, don't ever argue with me.
It was the uniform. I was like, this is terrible. And I get what they're doing because they can sell more and NFL.com's going to, I get all that, man. But at some point you got to stop with the nonsense. Just go back to the uniforms that we all know, maybe some new ones here and there, and then go from there. But rolling out 4 and 5 different uniforms, like what? This isn't Oregon.
Yeah. No, I mean, Robert says the logo looks like a cheap coin you would get at the front gate for game day.
That's a great, right? The logo by itself, I'm not a fan of, but with on the uniform, the helmet, that's how weird I am. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But like on a hat, no thanks.
Let's see. 4859 says, just to piss everyone off, pull a Pittsburgh and match the Titans and Preds colors and brand them together like every Pittsburgh team is the same color.
That'd be cool. It's the only city that does that.
Yeah.
All three.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it. Well, I guess Pitt is blue and yellow, but it's somewhere.
Yeah, not as much, but
Yeah.
the pros with the Penguins, the Pirates, and then the
Yeah.
Steelers.
I think it's cool.
Yep, it is. It looks good. So yeah,
And I mean, Nashville SC and the Predators are already kind of a similar color scheme.
Titans are going to do. They ain't going to
Man,
fall
I
in
would
line.
never do that.
Anybody else? They're not going to do that.
Ricky said, "Keep dreaming, Bubba." On my throwback week.
It could.
Ricky, I tell you what, when they do it, I expect you to say, I'll tell you what you say, but I expect an apology.
If the NFL can figure out a way to make a penny off of that, they're going to do
How
it.
would they not make a penny off of that? People love nostalgia.
But don't they do throwback weekends anyway?
No, they
Not league wide,
not
but
league wide,
team-wise.
but yeah, teams will do it.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, like the Oilers or the Titans did it with the Oilers
Yeah.
here. But like, I think it would be cool just to have a throwback weekend.
I will never forget 2 years ago when the Seahawks came to scrimmage the Titans for the joint practices, and they walked out in those throwback Seattle jerseys. We were
Yeah.
like, oh man,
Yeah.
how do you go back to your current uniform? The Eagles with the Kelly green. How do you go back
Yeah.
to your current uniforms?
But could you
Terrible.
Could you imagine, like, if the Titans were playing, let's say, even if it's an NFC team, like they're playing the Falcons, and the Titans come out in the 99 jerseys, you know, with the dark blue and the white helmets, and the Falcons come out in their red helmets, and
Well, good.
you know, like that whole look, and you do like, you know, the NFL could say, like, if, for instance, if they're like, hey, we're going to do the 80s, then okay, the Titans are the Oilers, have them be the Oilers,
Right.
you know, and they do like an 80s weekend, and then the next year's the 90s, and then you do the 2000s.
Look at you. Somebody's lobbying for game ops over at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah. Well, it's worked for NASCAR. NASCAR made and they're finally kind of like, okay, it's run its course, you know,
Right.
but like they made a crap ton of money with die casts and t-shirts and stuff like that of all the teams doing, and they did like the 70s and the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
And,
People long for that.
yeah, because we love nostalgia.
We love it, man.
615-737-1025. We'll have more coming in hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, The Game here on this Monday. John McClain going to join us at 2 o'clock. As we'll talk uniforms and stuff with him.
Well, we did. We had earlier, I showed Chase this, that it's happening in college football. LSU is now putting a patch on their jersey. Woodside Energy will be a patch. It's on the right shoulder-ish, little down, almost. Well, I mean, it's as big as the LSU name in the middle of the jersey. So, are you on board with that?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I used to, like, I think when that first started,
How dare you?
I wasn't how dare, but I was like, oh, well, I don't like that. And then when the Predators did it they started on the helmet, during COVID, and then they did the jersey patch. I'm like, okay, like I barely notice it.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the client that's spending a lot of money on that don't want to hear that, but I mean that you get used to it.
Who's on it now? Is it Regions?
Regions.
Okay.
Regions is on the jersey, and then I think they have Vanderbilt on the home uniforms, and then Corson Fire and Security on the away.
Okay.
But see, I know who they are.
I just don't want 7 patches.
Yeah, no. I think one.
Right.
Because here's the thing I don't like, and Dr. Crane, you can jump in on this. Like, I understand soccer does it this way, but like the fact that the sponsor is the biggest logo and the team logo is a tiny little patch, I don't like that. So, again, that's how they do it, and that's what MLS does, and that's fine, but I don't love that. I like having.
Who's the emeritus? What soccer
Geodis
team?
Park?
No, emeritus. Like the airlines is on a soccer.
Oh, that's
team.
EPL, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's massive. I mean, you imagine the
Ricky would know
publicity you get off that. I mean, so let me ask you this. If you're Woodside Energy and you're LSU, what do you charge them? I won't no less than 10 million.
Oh yeah.
No less. That's 12 games minimum on TV, your logo, 10 million.
Here is something that everyone needs to remember in a situation like this. And I think this can be applied to your everyday life. When you don't have to do something, when it's like, I don't have to do this. I'm deciding to do this, but I don't have to do this. That means you have the leverage.
Sure.
And you go to them and you say, here's the price. Like for my new favorite show, Landman. There's a scene with John Hamm where he's negotiating with someone and the guy's like, yeah, let's do a 60-40 split or whatever. And John Hamm comes back and he's like, I want 100% of the profit until everything's made back up because you're renting my land. And then I want 70 after that and like all this stuff. And the guy's like, why would I take that? That's a terrible deal. And he goes, because I don't have to do it.
Yeah, right.
Like this is you wanting this deal. Like,
yeah, we talked the other day about Jimmy Johnson and Lowe's.
Yeah,
they did it a whole year. It's like they got like $8 million sponsorship, but it generated like $52 million in promotion. They were able to figure it out, so it's a win-win. But for this, I 10 million, man, at least.
It's hilarious. Speaking of that, so he announced over the weekend that the 2027 Daytona 500 will be his last NASCAR race, cup race. And he, ran yesterday and he's got a handful of races this year, but he was talking about that he's at this point in his life where he loves being the team owner and he wants to build Legacy Motor Club, which is his team and all that stuff. And he was like, this morning I got up and I ran to Home Depot and was, building stuff in the hospitality suite. And you literally heard everybody go,
oh man.
But Lowe's isn't a sponsor of his anymore.
Right.
And they haven't been, and so, but it was like so many years he was Lowe's and then he says Home Depot.
I did the same thing. I was like, what? Yeah. I get it. Cause for so long I've associated him with Lowe's doing that. By the way, behind you is the ski jumping, the Olympics. And I'm trying not to watch it. Cause I how do you start doing that?
I don't know.
How do you start? I'm sure Dr. Crane knows. He knows
like, how do you start doing anything?
I mean, what point you're like, where do you practice? Like around here, where would you practice?
Gatlinburg?
I guess. I don't know. What do you do? Like, I mean, this guy's going 1,000,000 miles an hour down the ramp.
Here's
where would you do this?
Like, here's my thing. I was thinking about this recently. Like I can't ice skate. if I get on ice skates, I look like Bambi. Like both legs start going the opposite direction. You know, I'm flailing, and then I finally fall down and bust my ass. I'm probably never going to be able to ice skate.
It's okay.
Like, that's probably where we're at now. Had my parents put me on ice skates when I was like 3 and learning to walk, you know, I might be playing for the Predators. Who knows? I don't know. So I've decided, like, you know, whenever I have kids, I'm just going to teach them or have them go to lessons for all this stuff, and then they got it when they're older.
That's the way most people do it.
Because, like, we can't.
I
I think we're past the age of. I mean, I think it's true what they say. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
I have no interest in ice skating.
Zero. Yeah, well, I don't either now, but
zero. So, but there are rinks to go practice. I don't know how you practice beginning ski jumping. I mean, do you go to the lake and jump off a little ramp? Is that how you start? I'm fascinated by this because they're going so fast and they're jumping so far. I have no idea where you'd begin. Like, Dad, I want to be a Olympic ski jumper. Well, son, good luck. Move to Switzerland and then see what you can do over there.
So in the off season, they actually have I don't know where you can go find a ramp this size, but in the off season, they use turf without the pellets and they mat it down, and it has the same effect as snow. So you go down the ramp,
right,
and you go to land, you're landing on matted down green turf, if that makes sense.
It does.
Without
I think Salt Lake City's got one.
Yeah.
But the initial jump 10 feet, where do you begin that?
Great question.
I mean, like this, watching these people do this is just beyond me.
I'd say find a roof.
Could you see me doing that?
Yeah, I could. I could see you both doing it. Now, is it successful? I don't know.
I can see Chase going off to the right into the woods, into the crowd. Me, I would just break both legs.
You would be like Homer.
Look at that.
You'd be like Homer Simpson, where like you just keep hitting the
the
snow in your man region. And
I mean, again, somebody said last week, which I agree with, they should let an average person do these events first, just to see the level of difficulty, how great these athletes are.
Let me explain to you just how poorly this would go. On Saturday morning, I woke up and I got out of bed, and I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, and I raised my arms to stretch, and I felt a pop in my neck, and then I couldn't move my neck for 2 days.
Good luck. Welcome to 40. You're not even there yet.
Yeah, I mean, like that's where we're at. So, like, to think that I could do anything like that is just.
I think you could do what is it when you shoot then you ski? What do they call? Is that the Paralympics? Skeet shooting? No, it's not skeet shooting. What's that sport? Damn it, Dr. Crane, you are our ombudsman. Figured this stuff out. You ski, you ski, and then you shoot, and you ski some more.
I have no idea where you're talking.
Cross country skiing with high precision rifle shooting.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it. And what was the guy speeding at the end? Is there a race?
Yeah, you got to finish to go to the finish line.
Yeah, the guy did a sub 6 minute mile uphill at the very end.
That was a guy from Austria.
Yeah, and they said it's one of the greatest athletic human feats of all time. And I'm watching this guy, and I'm like, how in the hell can he do this? Then you got to stop and shoot a gun. I was like, there's no way we could do this. They are on a different creature on a different level. There's no way. And they go again down the ramp. I mean, even standing up that high, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. There's just certain things in this world that I wasn't meant to do. And that's
a good way to put it. It's a great way to put it.
That's one of them. Biathlon, that's what somebody said. No, I think Dr. Crane had it right.
Well, we talked about the pole. We were going to do this. Your buddy at FRA, it's the track coach.
Pole vault.
We're going to do the pole vault. And see
I'm not going to do that. I'm just telling you. Like, it's funny to say, and like, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to hurt myself.
The slow-mo video of you running down with that pole.
Joe, I wouldn't even clear I'd go crash through the pole, break the pole, so I'd have to pay for that.
But, I mean,
and probably break something in my body. I don't want to do that.
You'd make us happy.
No, I don't care about you. I don't want to make you happy. I don't want to hurt.
I don't like to laugh at people's pain, Joe. I mean, that would hurt.
We're all together in this.
Like, it's funny. When I first started here, I would do that, and y'all missed it's y'all's fault. You all missed your opportunity because I was like, hey, put me on skates and put me in a Preds uniform and let Shea Weber shoot the puck at me. I'll do it. Like, I'll sign a waiver. I'll do it. You know, have me try and play goalie for the Predators. Have me try and pole vault. Have me, do whatever. Because I didn't care.
Right.
Now I don't want to hurt anymore.
Yeah,
Like now I'm old and I just want to sit at home and be happy and not hurt. So it's like you missed your opportunity.
If
you wanted to laugh, you could have laughed then, but nobody wanted to do it.
We're gonna get you in an Olympic sport somehow.
No, you're not. You're
Curling. Curling. It's
I've tried that too, and
It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. You got to get on the ice and stand on the ice and not bust your ass. I couldn't do that. I sent you the video.
Listen,
couldn't do it.
This is the reality that we all live in now that I've come to. I'm uncoordinated, I'm fat, and I don't have an athletic bone in my body.
Okay.
So I'm going to hurt myself if I try any of this stuff.
And
it was proven to me on Saturday when I stretched and I popped something in my neck.
All right. How about not pole vaulting, but run down the thing and put the pole in the ground? Or what's that called? A tin cup or whatever they put that thing in?
The only running I'm going to do is down to the concession stand to get another beer and popcorn.
No, we're not. No, we're going to call your little buddy up at FRA and we're going to do this.
No, we're not. You two go ahead.
Could you high jump?
No. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can't do any of this stuff.
I bet you could. What about we do get Chris Sanders and do the triple long jump?
Done.
I don't think I could jump 3 feet.
I don't think he could either.
You never know.
Through me?
No, Chris Sanders.
Chris Sanders.
I couldn't jump 3 feet.
I think you give Chris Sanders a run for his money. I really do.
There's no way.
Well, here's the thing. And Chris, I loved you.
He's all upper body right now. From what I hear.
Right. Like, I think the mind still wants to.
Right.
I think I would be really scared that he'd pull something.
Yeah, but you can't go with the mindset of that.
I know, but he hasn't trained. Like, okay, let him train a little bit, maybe. I mean, I still think he'd,
right.
Kick our ass, but.
All right, what about we do the bobsled together? I would do that.
How about we just sit here and talk about it?
No, I want to be active with this stuff. Does the bobsled got front drive? I mean, how much driving you got to do? I mean, do you lean left, lean right?
I think it's more about body weight, where you kind of position yourself in the little bobsled.
Oh my God, we would go over the edge.
If you lean left, that thing's going to go left. It's going to go higher up on the wall.
I saw Cool Runnings. We could do this.
Yeah.
We could get it done. Go back to the original point. These people are on another level with everything mentally, physically.
And I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, but I'm not one of them. And I've accepted that. That's where I'm at.
We have the 5K in April. Don't forget. We're all doing that.
No, we do have that, don't we?
We're all doing that.
Okay. Are we signed up?
Kim Detweiler is supposed to take care of us, so I guess we are.
Okay.
By the way, the Austria, Poland, and Norway are 1, 2, 3.
I think I got to wash my hair that weekend. We'll see.
Yeah, it's April. It's NFL draft weekend, so April 25th.
Yeah,
you'd be ready to go.
Okay.
It's a 5K, right? It's not like
can you repeat what I said about 5 minutes ago?
It's not like it's the Russian 5K. I mean,
Chase, you could do this walking backwards, man.
Right?
I promise
we can walk.
As long as I can walk, I'll do it.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna have a gun chasing you. Like, you got to run. Nobody's going to do that. You'll be fine and good
Thanks.
to go.
You throw that out there. Now somebody's going to show up.
Would it help you if Joe dressed up as Andy Bernard from The Office and he taped himself and then had a nice little tank top on? Would that help?
Nah, because now what happened to Andy Bernard in that episode? I'll pass on that.
He ended up bleeding. But Joe,
I want you to be who's the what's his name that he brought the chili and he tripped and he spilt the chili?
Kevin Malone.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, I want you to do that.
What an iconic scene.
All right, 615-737-1025. We'll have more coming on this Monday. Adam, we'll get to you coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, the game on this Monday. We've had a little fun talking about our Olympic abilities or lack of, but the Miami Dolphins were busy this morning.
Oh, no. What they do?
They released Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb. They have also released lineman James Daniels and wide receiver Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Okay. Well, he got paid.
So we already know, Westbrook NWI is going to be fine because he'll be back with the Patriots or be with the
Right,
Patriots, as soon as he's available to sign. So he'll go home to daddy.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill. Hell yeah. Bring him in.
Here?
Yeah. Why not?
Hell no.
Why not? We got
Hell
to lose.
no.
We got to lose.
I don't want him anywhere near this team.
You're not paying his legal bills.
I don't want him anywhere near the locker room. They're trying to build culture.
Bring him in.
Hell no.
Bring him in. Give him his own locker. Let him run down. Look, I'll just get open. That's it.
No.
Somebody's going to get him.
I'm good.
I think he's going to be
he's coming off a major injury too.
That's all right. Guys come back injuries all the time. I bring him in. God bless you.
Thank you. No, I'm not touching him. I don't want him.
I don't want you to touch him.
I don't want him anywhere near this team.
Bring him in, man. I'm gonna go hold a sign up over there. Free Tyreek Hill.
I think now Bradley Chubb. I'd look at that, but I think a majority of Titans fans. I'd be very curious if they'd had any interest in all in Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they would. People don't care about his problems in Miami. That's Miami, man. This is Nashville. Bring him in. Let Coach Saleh put that stern on him. Like, hey, you're going to do this and do that. Bring him in.
I think he goes back to Kansas City.
We'll see, man.
I'm not interested. That's me. I think you have put too much time and effort into talking about culture and rebuilding culture.
I'll behave.
All that.
I'm good. I want a second chance. I'll behave. You'd take him in a heartbeat. You'd pass on Tyreek Hill?
No, I don't want him. I don't want him.
About you, buddy?
Yeah, I would pass as well.
Guys,
Joe,
what's wrong with y'all?
Joe, we all know this franchise is known for bringing in broken, retired potential wide receivers. This is one of them. 10 years in the NFL, and this is the first time you've ever been released. I mean, again, Chase is right. Coming off an ACL and a dislocated kneecap, give me a break.
Redemption, baby.
I'm good.
Bring him in.
So I'm glad he's on hold because this is the Titans fan that we can start this with. I know he wants to talk about something else. Adam in Portland, we'll get to the Olympics, but Tyreek Hill, yes or no?
I don't want that trash.
Thank you.
Anywhere near me.
Thank you.
No, he sucks. Joe, what are you doing? He's old. He's got legal issues. Like, he's everything you don't want. We've already had all that. I would rather have NWI and his 12 catches and 8 touchdowns, man.
And you go 8 and 9 again. All right, Adam. Good fan there, buddy.
Well,
when have they gone 8 and 9?
We already got a fast guy.
Right.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm
bring him in.
He's trash, dude. Yeah, whatever. No, I don't want that. No, hey, the reason I called, I was going to say, Joe, see, I got to disagree with you, but I was calling bragging on you. One of my favorite Big Joe on the Go segments was, I think, 8 years ago or whatever, you were at the Ford Ice Center and
right.
You were doing the curling, teaching us how to curl.
The worst.
I was like, that looks so freaking easy. Like, that's my sport. And I've tried it once, and it is extremely difficult. Like, it's impossible to do.
Well, it is.
The way these guys do this is incredible. And you know the sport, since you guys are talking about having average guy get out there, I'm watching speed skating the other night and how close they are. It's like NASCAR, except way more intense. And it's like, these guys, if they mess up one little bit, like a tweak of the ankle, they're in the freaking wall. And it's like, see you in 4 years. Like, that's just, you're wrecked.
Right.
You're done after that. So, can you imagine how difficult that would be, dude? Like, that's the sport I always go back to.
Well, not only that, I'm watching. They're doing pairs figure skating, and the guy fell down. So you're like, that's all they're talking about. You work for years, you fall down, and now it's like, oh, he fell down. They're over. They're done. Just the pressure. I'll pass on all that.
615-737-1025. Eric wants to weigh in on Tyreek Hill. Eric, what's up?
Joe, welcome to the airways. Enjoyed you this morning on Nick Barris, and I'm looking forward to Nick Barris being on with you on Thursday.
He better show up. I'm not till I get that full commitment from him.
Hey, listen, as far as Tyreek Hill, the reports I'm hearing is they don't even think he's going to be ready by the start of the season. They think that he could miss an entire another year. So I don't even know if that happens with the type of injury he's had, that they think that he could be out for another whole year. So I think that's probably off the table.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, whether it's he's still injured or I just don't want him near this team. That's me.
I don't either. I don't either. If I thought it would work, I would definitely bring him in, but I would not chance it. Guys, y'all take care. We'll talk again soon.
See you,
Thanks,
buddy.
Eric. And look, you know who would know the answer to that better than anybody? Mike Borgonzi, because he was in Kansas City when he was there.
Yeah.
So I will say that if all of a sudden they sign him, then I'm going to have to trust Mike Borgonzi that he knows more than we do and thinks that he fits.
Well, if Eric's correct about that he's not going to be, then if he's
then
injured, then he's not 100%. Yeah, exactly. But if he's 100%, bring him to Nashville.
615-737-1025. Would love you to weigh in on that. Coming up next, we'll get back to our question of the day, which is
on honor President's Day, what is the absolute best fictitious president of all time? TV or movie? Who's the best fictitious president of all time? 615-737-1025.
We'll get those coming up next. Chase and Big Joe plus John McClain at the top of the next hour, 1025 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday, President's Day. Several people saying no to Tyreek Hill, by the way. Just saying.
That's fine.
I'm just saying. Our question of the day is your favorite TV or movie president, fictitious president, in honor of President's Day. You said
Harrison Ford in Air Force One. I love that movie, and I
James Marshall.
love the role. Yeah.
Also, obviously, Jeb Bartlett gets a lot of
Well,
votes.
I put in AI, and it says the fictional president widely considered to be Jeb Bartlett, followed by Bill Pullman in Independence Day, and then
Thomas J. Whitmore,
and then James Marshall in Air Force One, Harrison Ford. Those are the three that come up.
Michael Douglas. There was a movie that it was like a love story, but Michael Douglas played. Was that the American President?
It was, and his chief of staff was Martin Sheen. And written by Aaron Sorkin, wrote American President, and wrote West Wing.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Huh. Yep. Who was the girl that was in that movie?
Oh gosh, was it Annette Bening?
Yeah, I think it was.
Who's married to Warren Beatty?
Yep, it sure was. Michael J. Fox was in it as well.
That's right. Let's see who else here.
That's a good one. My mom liked that movie.
Morgan Freeman in one of the London is Falling 19 movies.
Morgan Freeman was also the president in
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. Yep.
Yeah.
Was there a movie where Robert Duvall was a president?
He played Eisenhower in a miniseries in the 70s.
Yeah.
Another vote, Dave. Kevin Kline is Dave. You ever seen Dave? It is a fantastic movie. It is a fantastic movie. It came out in 1993. I mean, it is so good. But then, it's got Michael Douglas and Andrew Shepard, the American president.
Andrew Shepard, that's right. What about David Palmer plays the president in 24?
Is that the Allstate guy?
Or he was President David Palmer. But yeah, and also
Dennis
Pedro
Haysbert.
Serrano. Yeah, Serrano.
I don't know if I can say the line on radio or not from Major League when he drinks when that guy drinks the old pitcher drinks the juice.
Oh yeah.
He says blank Joe dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Tom Beck was Morgan Freeman in Deep Impact.
It's good.
Yeah.
I've watched that movie every time it comes on, man.
So Google said the Google AI said Jed Bartlett, James Marshall, David Palmer, Dennis Haysbert from 24, Tom Beck from Deep Impact, Thomas Whitmore from Independence Day, Bill Pullman, Andrew Shepard from The American President, and Benjamin Asher, Aaron Eckhart from Olympus, and London Has Fallen.
Yeah, which is on all the time. The first lady in that movie was one Ashley Judd, good friend of ours. Yeah,
that's right,
friend of the show.
Also, Julia Louis-Dreyfus getting a vote for Veep.
Veep, yeah. Great show. Such a
I've
funny
actually heard
show.
it's really good. Yeah,
it is very, very funny.
I
think she's the most awarded female actress of all time.
Really?
I think, yeah. She won for Seinfeld and some other stuff.
I think this may be the movie I know. Rick wants to weigh in on this. Rick, what's up?
Yeah, guys. I'll tell you a movie that I loved was 13 Days. I think it was 13 Days in May about the Cuban crisis.
Yep.
Yeah, with Costner.
That was one of his first breakout movies. And he didn't play the president. He played his right-hand man.
Yeah, he was like his advisor.
That was a great movie,
That was it stuck to the historical facts of all that. Yeah. Although Costner's Boston accent was awful.
Yeah, and Costner, I think, was a fictional character in the movie, but kind of that came out in the year 2000.
Yeah. Who played the president?
It was
guy's been in 1,000 movies.
Bruce Greenwood.
And
then let's see.
Who's a bad guy in iRobot?
I'm trying to pull up who was Bobby because he's been in a ton of stuff. Oh, come on, where is it? He's in. I can't remember his name. He's been in a ton of TV shows too. Bruce Greenwood was Stephen Culp.
Stephen Culp.
He's been in a ton of stuff. He was Bobby. But no, I actually think I watched that not long ago. It's
in the movie, did Kenny go like, "Damn it, Bobby"?
No, he did not.
Sorry,
he did not.
Oh man.
But yeah, Stephen Culp has been in a ton of. He was
70 years old.
Stephen Culp is?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he was on like Jag, and I think it's some NCIS episode, and he always plays kind of the same character. Was in the TV miniseries Waco. Yeah, just a lot of different stuff.
All right.
So that's but yeah, 13 Days is a great movie. Kevin Costner.
God, like 26 years old, that movie. Good Lord, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Time just moves on, man. As I tell you, Chase, you cannot give your life more time, but you can give time more of your life. You're welcome.
That's a great one. Yeah, that Kevin Costner had like a run there, and of just these great movies. And I think 13 Days was actually kind of towards the end of that because you had Dances with Wolves and The Postman and Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, The Untouchables. Waterworld.
Such a terrible movie. No Way Out's good though with Gene Hackman when he plays
Big Chill.
He doesn't make the movie in The Big Chill. He gets cut.
Oh,
he is the reason they're all together. His character dies. So they all come together, but his role got put on the floor. His best movie was a movie called Fandango with Judd Nelson. I'm telling you, man, that is such a good movie of guys graduate high school and they go to the Vietnam War. 2 go to Canada, 1 disappears, and 1 goes to Vietnam. It's just so good. But Waterworld was just so bad.
So would you say like was the Fandango like a breakout role for him, or
kind of,
or The Untouchables?
Untouchables, but he was in a movie called American Anthem, or American Flyers, where they're training for the Olympic team. Him and his brother. And he's the coach, and he's dying of cancer and doesn't tell anybody. It's a really good movie. But Untouchables kind of got it going, and then
No Way Out,
and Bull Durham,
Field of Dreams, Dances with Wolves.
Revenge is a good movie.
Revenge,
really good.
Robin Hood,
terrible.
I liked it.
That accent so bad.
JFK,
good movie.
The Bodyguard,
great movie.
A Perfect World, Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp was good. Problem is Wyatt Earp came out at the same time Tombstone did.
Yeah. The War. Remember The War with what's his name? That he was a kid. Elijah Wood. Yep.
Yeah.
He was in that. Yeah, I mean there were all sorts of stuff up until that. The Postman, I think I said Tin Cup.
Tin Cup
was a good one.
You know who his rival was in Tin Cup?
I don't remember.
Don Johnson.
Do you know what his name was in Tin Cup, which is kind of funny?
Harry Doyle.
No. Roy McAvoy.
Roy McAvoy.
It's kind of similar.
That's another great. Ron Shelton wrote that. He wrote Field of Dreams, but
For Love of the Game.
For Love of the Game is great. It's such
13 days. 3,000 miles to Graceland.
Man, he was they were bank robbers dressed as Elvis.
It was Murphy.
Kurt Russell's in that too.
Yep. Kurt Russell was at the Daytona 500.
We need to do a segment one day on Kurt Russell. He's been in some great Miracle, obviously, but he's been in some really fantastic
underrated
movies. Yeah. Underrated.
615-737-1025. What we got coming up next?
All right, so tomorrow is Mardi Gras. It's Fat Tuesday, but the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition does this annual fundraiser to raise money for what I think is one of the best organizations in town. A lot of us have been directly or indirectly affected by somebody with breast cancer, so all we can do to raise money to help them out and their mission is fantastic. So we'll talk to the executive director coming up next about places tomorrow you can go to donate something to raise money. It's very cool. We'll talk to the executive director next.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show here on 102.5 The Game. Special event happening tomorrow with our good friends at the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition. You want to help promote this event they got going on for what they call Mardi Gras. With that, let's bring in Ann Smith. She's of the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition. Ann, good afternoon to you. Thanks for doing this. How are we? There you go. Hey, Ann, you there?
I'm there.
There we
Hi,
go.
how are you?
I'm
Thanks
doing
for
well.
having us.
Absolutely. Tell us about Mardi Gras and how it benefits the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition.
So Mardi Gras is done on Mardi Gras in partnership with McClain and Abita. And every year we do this, and you can bring in a bra of any size, condition, shape, or type. And all the bras are washed and distributed to women's shelters across the Middle Tennessee area. And in exchange, Jack Brown's and Abita give us $10 for every bra. We, in turn, use that money to pay the bills of people with breast cancer.
The website, tbcc.org. And here are the Jack Brown locations: Edge Hill, Murfreesboro, Green Hill, and Germantown. And I got to tell you, I've seen this, and they hang the bras up, right, inside the restaurant?
They hang the bras up year-round on a wheel that if you go above their bars, you can see it. It has a disco ball and a wheel. And you, tomorrow night or at lunchtime tomorrow, you can go and you can throw a bra on the wheel.
Great. Tell me about the mission of TBCC, because you talk about helping and pay bills for people. You guys go above and beyond. There's always a need, and events like this help you guys so much, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, our mission is to be the foremost resource for people with breast cancer across Tennessee. So our main program is what we call our Emergency Assistance Fund. And with that fund, we pay the mortgage, rent, utilities, and any medical bills that are approved for people all the way from Memphis to Bristol. Last year, we helped 110 families across Tennessee, and we're able to distribute over $140,000 in 40 counties across Tennessee.
And we've talked before about the mission you guys do. When somebody's diagnosed with breast cancer, I mean, it disrupts everything, and you sometimes lose. I remember talking to somebody who went through that, like you lose what day of the week it is and where you going, this and that. So this all helps and to get the mission going. Also, shout out to Jack Brown, right, Ann, for all this?
Oh yes, this is their event. We are so happy and that they chose us to do this event with. This is something they do out of their own heart and their time and money. So this is a great community venture for both of us.
We're talking to Ann Smith, Executive Director of the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition. And how could people get involved? I know the website's there. You guys have events all year long that are going on to help out. How can people get involved? And, I know they go to the website, but what else is going on this year you'd like people to be involved of and be aware of?
So we do events throughout the year. Our biggest fundraiser of the year is our golf tournament that will be held in Hendersonville at Bluegrass on August 17th. We have our fall whiskey, wine, and mocktail event that'll be held on October 22nd. And we also just have community events throughout the year. So if they go to our website, tbcc.org, they can fill out our Contact Us form and become a volunteer either in our office or at our event. And they can get involved in the community. 1 in 8 women in Tennessee will be affected by breast cancer sometime in their lifetime. So this is a large percentage of our community.
Again, the website, tbcc.org. And I got to think, when you go to a family, and unfortunately, sometimes these are single moms that are going through this, and the fact that paying the mortgage is the last thing on their mind, I would think.
It really is. I mean, women are having to pick their chemo and their medications over their rent, and that is a really hard thing. 15% of Tennessee's population falls within the poverty level. I mean, it's a really big thing. Any cancer diagnosis of any kind is one of the top 5 reasons anyone in the country files for bankruptcy. We do not want that to happen. We want people to be able to pay their bills and focus on their healing. So we help as much as we can while they heal.
That is wonderful. Again, the location's tomorrow. I'll be in Murfreesboro tomorrow night with our good friend Johnny Parker. I'll be down there. Murfreesboro, Edge Hill, Green Hills, or Germantown. Anytime tomorrow, Ann, to show up over there and donate a bra and raise money?
Anytime. They can donate a bra. They can grab a burger. And if they buy any Abita product, we get $1 for every sale of an Avita product tomorrow.
Oh, that's great. And God bless you in this. We'll help you as much as we can. Because I said, either directly or indirectly, a lot of us have been affected by somebody that we know with breast cancer. So God bless you guys for what you do. I've seen the work you guys do. It's fantastic. And thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks. See you tomorrow night.
All right, Ann Smith, website again, tbcc.org, Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition. Ann just talked about it. The work they do inside the state of Tennessee is wonderful. So Jack Brown's tomorrow, all around the locations, 4 of them: Edge Hill, Murfreesboro, Green Hills, and Germantown, anytime tomorrow. So thank you, Ann, for that.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, and we like being able to get the word out on things like that here on the program.
Yeah, so if you walked in Jack Brown's, like, why are the bras up there? Now you know why, because they're doing that. For Jack Brown's to reach out and do that and help out the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition is a wonderful thing. So that's all day tomorrow. Can you believe it's already Mardi Gras tomorrow?
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, you ever been?
No. I've been in New Orleans one time, and that was
well, all right, times 10. There's Mardi Gras for you.
Yeah, and I've told you it's the worst hangover I've ever had in my life.
It's but you went in summer with the wrestling event?
It was like March or April.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was right after Mardi Gras. Yeah.
Everybody needs to go. Dr. Crane, have you been to a Mardi Gras?
I have not.
You got to go to at least one. It'll take a minimum 5 to 7 years off your life. So it's
I don't have much left.
You need to go and do that. It's quite something, but yeah, go one time and do an experience, and you'll understand.
Okay, like there are all those events like that. People are like, oh, you got to do it one time, like Mardi Gras or sports wise, the Masters or Indy 500 or things like that. So like, is there one on your list?
It's a great question. I think Indy 500. I wouldn't mind going up on that Sunday, Memorial Day, and seeing that.
Yeah,
I heard I've never been, but I heard it's absolutely breathtaking.
We could probably make that happen. Like we could do the show from Indy on Friday and just go for the weekend.
Just stand up there, yeah. I mean, I would love to do that. I mean, I tell people to go to Mardi Gras. I mean, it's a blast. I don't know. That's a great Times Square New Year's Eve. I'm not doing that.
I have no interest in that. See, that's the other thing too. This is a part of the getting older part. Like, I don't love crowds anymore. So like, I don't want to be stuck in that for hours.
Right.
Like I have heard from people with the Times Square thing that they tell you, like, if you have a small bladder, you don't need to do this. Because you're like there for like 8 hours and you can't leave.
That's a great, like, a party event that goes on. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man, because there's I can't think of anything top of my head. And you start thinking, oh, all right, and you go to a Super Bowl or a championship game or something. But as far as non-sports, man, I think Mardi Gras is probably at the top. I've been to 3, probably shouldn't have gone to 1, but you need to go and experience it and see what happens.
Coming up next, we'll talk to John McClain, his thoughts on off-season and Titans uniforms, all of that. That is next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Monday. We say hello now to John McClain down in Houston. Hope he's doing well. What's up, John? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. So the Titans haven't even unveiled the new logo or uniforms yet. There's just been supposed leaks. What's the vibe check of longtime Oilers fans down there in Houston?
I haven't heard one word from anybody about it.
Good.
I've tweeted and retweeted everything I've seen about it. I had one person who lives in Florida who used to be here. He said, "Is this for real?" I sent him the stories I had and haven't heard back. I don't think anybody here gives a rat's you know what till they actually see the uniform. They unveil it. You know, it looks like it's Columbia blue again, which I think would be great. Anything that has Columbia blue on it is important to me because it's such a big part of my early part of my career now that's in my 50th year covering the NFL.
You're the best to ask this to because I was young and don't completely remember. But from what I think I remember, Bud, when he moved the team, had intended on keeping them as the Oilers, correct? And it was more the Nashville, Tennessee fan base that kind of wanted and pushed for the change, and ultimately that's what led to them becoming the Titans, correct?
No, Bud was never going to be the Oilers. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
He knew he was going to change it. He wanted Pioneers. And somebody in Memphis, I don't know who, it may have been John Glennon, heard about it, wrote about it. They ditched that and became the Titans. And Paul Tagliabue gave him in writing that nobody else could ever use the Oiler name. Bud said, if he knew it was time to move on. And of course, they were Oilers for the first 2 seasons,
2 years,
playing in
yeah.
Memphis and Vandy. And I remember when they brought out Titans with the new uniforms and everything and moved into the new stadium, the people over there, Jeff Fisher, Greg Williams, and all of them were so happy about the ordeal they'd gone through here the last 2 or 3 years. And then up there, being over at Baptist Sports Park, which was ridiculous, and all the stories associated with that. They were like kids on Christmas morning when they moved into their new facility and, of course, their new stadium. I was there for the first game, and I was so happy for them because people up there didn't – well, some of them did. Paul Kaharski, Jeff Legwall, Greg Pogge, those guys had been living down here covering them on a regular basis because we thought they were going to move a year earlier. And then people got so mad at Bud, instead of letting him out of the last year of his lease, they made him stay that last season in '96, which was preposterous, and treat him like dog. And then when they got up there, Jeff Fisher his office was in a racquetball court, and it was just terrible what they went through here. And the first 2 years up there, constantly having the Baptist Sports Park stories that Jeff Fisher and the players had told about having to be in that facility, a temporary facility till they moved to the new one. I can tell you guys 2 hours worth of stories about that, mainly involving Bud.
I am sure. Do you think, looking back and, knowing that now time has passed and you look at it from both, Houston side, Nashville side, Bud side, and knowing all the hurt feelings and everything that was there, would it have made sense, though, to almost do a deal similar to what Cleveland did with Baltimore, or the NFL did when the Browns left for Baltimore, and that everything got left in Houston, and that the Texans would have become the Oilers? I know at the time it probably didn't stand a chance of happening, but hindsight being 2020, should it have gone that way?
No, they were never interested in that. Bob McNair told me early on, off the record, the Oilers were the Oilers, and he had been a season ticket holder since the beginning, but he wanted to start a new era, a new history, and he always wanted the name Texans because Texans was all encompassing. And it was so no, that was never the case. And Paul Tagliabue tried to tell Bud, now you realize you're going from one of the top markets in the country to a very small market. And of course, Bredesen did a great job of luring Bud up there. And the city of Houston turned their back on him. Houston could have kept the Oilers for $180 million public money. That's all he wanted, $180 million to put into a new stadium, and he would have put in the rest. But at that point, the team was terrible. People were so mad at him. The media turned on him. I remember one columnist we had called him the Antichrist, and it was just embarrassing, all the things the media did. And the only way our late mayor, Bob Lanier, could have not been elected for a second term was if he said or did anything favorable to Bud. And they were longtime enemies anyway from business deals they made. But I remember Mike McClure, Bud put him in charge trying to get a new lease from the Astrodome. And because they were the tenants and they treated like dirt by the Astros, the company that ran it for the Astros. And they said they were trying to sell it. They were not going to give them a better lease. Why would we give you a better lease when we're trying to sell it? So they just totally turned their back on him. And once he made that move, everybody in town got new buildings because Bud leaving it scared the hell out of them. They were going to lose another team or two.
Wow. John McClain's with us on the Chase McJoe Show. John, I mean, the Oilers have been gone now 30 years, almost. How is Bud remembered now, 30 years later?
Boy, I would love to see. I'm doing everything I can to try to help Bud get in the Hall of Fame, and it hasn't worked. And I would love to see him get in the Hall of Fame because you can't write the history of pro football without Bud Adams,
right,
co-founder of the AFL. With Lamar Hunt, it was announced in Bud's office and all the things Bud turned down. The Minnesota franchise, Lamar turned down the Cowboys franchise. George Halas had promised them if they give up this idea of a new league that was going to cause a financial bloodbath that would ruin pro football. I don't think, well, I know for a fact, because I've talked on talk shows down here about what I'm doing with the Hall of Fame. And nobody's gone, oh my God, you're crazy, because there's not many still left from that period. I tell them I'm on my 30th year doing radio in Nashville, and they're like, God, it's been 30 years.
Right.
And I can't believe it myself sometimes. And I owe all that to George Plaster. And I think that a lot of people would be understanding. They don't have that hatred like they had for Bud. One of the worst scenes, I'll say the worst scene I have seen in all my decades of covering the NFL was the last game here, because we knew after the 96 season that would be it. Media was out from all over Texas covering the last game in the Astrodome, and we had like 10 from the Chronicle talking to the fans going into the locker room. And I said, I'm going outside the tunnel in center field out on the street when Bud pulls out from underneath into the sunlight and see if any fans are going to be out there. You know, they're not going to be waving goodbye. When I got out there, I could not believe how many people knew that that's the way his limo left the Astrodome. And they blocked traffic, and the fans were screaming and yelling the most horrible things, jumping on the hood, jumping on the trunk, pounding on it, screaming. And I felt bad for Nancy Adams to go through it because it wasn't her decision. And the limo driver had to, he had to just inch his way through the traffic and through the crowd, the mob, really. And finally they got away. And that's the last time anybody ever saw Bud at the Astrodome. And I knew, and fans should have known, but the media didn't do a good job here telling the truth about what happened and what Bud wanted. He botched the whole thing about the way it happened. He and Mike McClure, I always thought if he let McClure handle it and not get involved, it would have been smoother. But the people, a lot of them just didn't understand because the media didn't understand. A lot of media people here still don't understand about why the Oilers left for Nashville.
Yeah, John, go back. I remember talking to somebody. It was like, Bud got a little sympathy when it was the preseason game that was canceled because the turf was terrible. Is that right? Or the turf came up?
But never got any sympathy for anything, Joe. The preseason game at the Astrodome, and the Astro was a dump, and they had not done anything to fix it up. And the owner of the Astros, Drayton McClain, he wanted a new stadium. So what happened that game? We get there, and at the time, you had the baseball configuration that you didn't get. You didn't do the full football configuration on the field until baseball was over. So you had the dirt portions were still there. They played in it. So you go down there, and there were holes at one point. People could bounce up and down on the wood, which was on the playing field. And you would have thought Dr. Michael DeBakey was doing heart surgery over at the medical center with all the people down on hands and knees looking at all that. Broadcast coming from down there on the radio. Finally, they cancel it. And then the Astros tried to say, no, it's a great stadium, one of the best in the world. As soon as Bud reached his deal there, we're moving to Virginia unless we get a new downtown stadium. And they did.
Wow, what a story. What a time.
We'll have more with John McClain coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe on this Monday, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday, continuing with John McClain down in Houston. John, the Dolphins reportedly have released Tyreek Hill. What do you think the market's going to be for him? Maybe not this year, because reports are he still may miss the season due to injury, but what would the market be for him in the future?
I can't imagine it'd be very big. What's he done? He hasn't done squat since he left the Chiefs. Did he help them win? He's always getting in issues off the field. It would have to be a team that had a veteran team with strong leadership and a strong head coach who thought they were, had a hole for a fast receiver at 32, next year 33. I just do not think there'd be a big market for him at all. And there's, when you are the Titans and the Raiders, you get the first and second most money, and you see all these cap casualties. And it's interesting because what the Dolphins did, that freed up $66 million in cap room of the players they cut. And just remember, if a guy's really good, he's not going to get cut. They find ways to keep him. But fans, I know fans here all over, they got to get this guy. They got to get that guy. And I'm like, it's just fans. They want everybody. But Mike Bergonzi's and Robert Saleh in a very envious, what's the word? Position
Envious.
To have that kind of money and need the kind of help they do and kind of be able to choose what they want. And Robert Saleh, even though he had a losing record with the Jets and got fired, people around the league respect Robert because he did a great job as the coordinator before he got hired by the Jets. A lot of people, including a lot of media in New York, New Jersey, didn't think he got a full chance to show what he could do as a coach. And Woody Johnson is such a meddlesome owner up there who has to sign off on the coach and GM and gets involved. It's almost like nobody holds it against you. Now that Robert's going to call defense, which is the smartest thing he can do, and now you got to make sure, and I think Brian Dable's a great coach for Cam Ward, and it's going to be fun seeing what they do in free agency, what they do with players who get cut for cap casualties, because there's going to be a lot of options for a rebuilding team with a lot of money.
How much do you think Gus Bradley can help Saleh, though, with Saleh having to handle being the head coach, but also calling the defense and having a veteran defensive coordinator with that same title likely up in the booth helping him out?
You got to think he's a great resource. Gus has been a long-time defensive coordinator, been a head coach. Robert, of course, has been a head coach. Dayball's been a head coach. I like that. And some teams that have guys who haven't been head coaches, they're making sure they have somebody like a Gus Bradley or Brian Daboll who can ordinarily would help a young guy, like say Clint Kubiak. Clint's been in football forever and he's only 38. But you need strong people around you who have experienced what you did. And Saleh's going to be a better coach with the Titans than he was up there because he's got a quarterback and he knows who the quarterback is, and he didn't have that up there. I can't remember who it was. A national media person I respect was looking for somebody to go out on a limb with about who could double their win total, and they said, "Well, the Titans." And I thought, well, that's not that big a deal to double their win total, but I think the fans would be happy with it. When Gary Kubiak came in here, took over a 2-win team, won 6 games first year, and we're like, hallelujah, happy times are here again. And then they just improved every year. And I think that's a good chance that's going to happen there. Another thing I'm fired up about, and I assume you guys are too, is Mike Bergonzi getting control and being able to pick with Robert Saleh, of course, and they'll consult Bradley and they'll consult Daboll about who they're going to sign, who they're going to draft. But this is Bergonzi's baby, and he's learned from the masters in Kansas City. And so that bodes well, but we're not going to know till the proof's in the pudding, but it sure is exciting for the off season.
John, I'm looking at the 1977 Houston Oilers coaching staff. They had 9 coaches. Chase was reading off the 2026 Titans coaching staff. They have 21 coaches. When did if you can remember this?
That's all.
Right?
One team the other day had 31 assistant coaches.
Yeah. Why is that? Why has that become a thing all these years now, having all these different coaches?
Well, one of the things is if you're good, you're going to lose coaches. So Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, and the point John Harbaugh, You lose a defensive coordinator, you better have a positions coach ready to step up who knows your system. Same way on offense. You lose your offensive coordinator, you'd like to have a quarterback coach, passing game coordinator. Then you have an assistant quarterbacks. I think, and because the teams make so much money now, most owners, not all of them, but most owners are going to sign off on things like that when you need money for extra coaches because we see them moving around all the time. And I guess, it's like teaching a class. If you're going to teach 50 instead of 100, you should be able to get your message across better with 50 than 100. And that's what it is. Inside linebackers, outside linebackers, run game coordinator, passing game coordinator. I'm wondering, the two of the best offensive line coaches in NFL history are out there, Jeff Stoutland and Mike Munchak. Now, Mike technically works for the Rams. And I can't believe those guys, people haven't given Stoutland a blank check saying, you fill it out. And Munchak, as you guys know, Mike is a great offensive line coach, and that's one of the most poorly coached positions in sports. And that's the key. Maybe if you have a bunch of coaches and you have 2 or 3 that are not very good, you got a better chance that if you have a bunch, you got a chance that you got better ones. I'll tell you what you don't want. One year going to training camp, Hugh Campbell was the Oilers coach, and they were terrible. This was in 84 and 85, and I went into their offices, and I saw a list of what the coaches were supposed to bring to training camp, and I'm not going to say who this coach is, but his name was at the end, and it said Popcorn Popper.
We need to get one of those around here at the radio station. John, the NFL struck gold moving the NFL draft around. You think they might do the same thing with the combine in the years to come?
Oh, I think they could, sure. The combine, though, is so complicated. There's so many things you have to do. At one point, it was in Seattle. Putting it centrally located is so important. Having everything you need where you can walk everywhere. But the draft, I never thought the draft would work outside New York. And boy, was I wrong. It's been a tremendous hit. Everybody wants it. And I know Jerry Jones is dying to get the combine. Stan Kroenke's dying to get the combine in L.A. And what Jerry can offer is at their facility, they have a great indoor stadium. They have all those outdoor fields. They have a Omni Hotel right there, and they have a hospital right there. So players wouldn't have to get on vans and go to the hospital like they do in Indy. Everybody walks everywhere else. The only problem with where the Cowboys facility is in suburban Frisco, everybody would have to have a rental car, which people don't need in Indianapolis. So I don't know anybody in the NFL who doesn't want it in Indianapolis other than Jerry Jones and Stan Kroenke.
Has that combine lost its luster because so many guys now refuse to do this or that? And what's like not like it was 30 years ago when a Mike Mamula could show up and shock the world. I just think it's kind of lost a little bit of its luster, John.
And I'm hearing more teams are not going, and because you can get everything on tape sent to you, but there's a lot of coaches like those 15-minute interviews so you can look them in the eye. I remember Gary Kubiak used to tell me he could get everything on film, but he wanted to sit there and ask the prospects questions and look them in the eye. Well, now, because of pro days and private workouts and all that, you can still look them in the eye if you want to talk to them. But fewer and fewer are going to the combine. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because they don't want to do all the media, but they've made it so much easier for players. I mean, for coaches when it comes to the media. Used to where we were inside the convention center in Indianapolis, they would have to walk right past the media and they would just get stampeded and they'd look for shortcuts going outside in the snow, anywhere they could to not have to stop and talk to the media unless they were scheduled. So I still like it. Once it went to the NFL Network, it took it to a new level. I watch all of it. I watch the replays late at night. I started going to Indianapolis when there were like 5 or 6 writers there, no broadcasters, no talk show hosts, and now it's just packed because it's a great way to network. And I don't miss it because of the players. I miss it because I miss seeing my friends in the media from all over the country.
I'll never forget sitting there at Indy and having lunch with you and Floyd and just sitting there listening to the stories because it was fun.
Well, I just wish we could have told half the stories I know that about Floyd and players, but we had to keep tight-lipped on those.
There's a few, that's for sure. John, appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Guys, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much, as always.
John McClain joining us from Houston, and yeah, that was a fun one. I
bet.
I think I said 2 words because I was just in awe of all the stories that Floyd and John were telling, and maybe there were some stories that Floyd didn't want John to tell.
Yeah,
there were
that'd been a fun conversation.
Oh, it was awesome for sure. We'll have more coming in hour number 3 of Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. A little Leonard Skinner bringing us back. Appreciate John McClain for joining us. Back to the uniform stuff from earlier in the show. I'll be curious to see where this goes. And, if sometime this week we get some sort of clarification on that. They did send out the Titans that Brian Daboll and Gus Bradley will be available to the media on Wednesday at noon. So it'll be the first time they've made their public comments since being hired by the team. So going to be interested to hear what they have to say.
Am I going to have the same problem with Gus Bradley I had with Nick Holtz?
I think it's a little bit different with defense. Because I asked Jeff Fisher about that, remember, when he came by the Omni, and he even said, like, defense is certainly different than offense, but, the head coach calling the defense, I think it would make sense to have someone kind of like up in the booth that's going, all right, coach, here's what I got in this situation, and then he ultimately makes the call.
Isn't that what Nick Holtz did?
Yes, but
suggestions.
But I think Gus Bradley, I would rather take suggestions from him, having done it.
Yeah, right.
He's been a coordinator. He's been a head coach. He's called plays.
Yeah, I just think
I think you still kind of needed somebody in that role. That,
I'd rather have Robert Saleh worried about being a head coach.
I would too.
But if he handpicked this guy to help him out, I'm good with that. If he trusts him and, hey, what are they running? Let's run, what we worked on this week in practice. All right, boom. And then, all right, what do we like here? I like this. All right, boom, go. And not make suggestions.
Yeah.
I'm making suggestions.
Well, and I wonder if it's a situation where, Saleh's got a feel for things because he's there on the sideline, but Bradley's like, coach, I got play 117 and play 193 here. Okay, cool. Thank you. We're going to go 117.
Yeah, I do. I am curious the relationship game day between those two.
Well, I think they've worked together I think they've definitely worked together for a long time.
Now, I like the day ball part. Look, he
runs the offense.
What was the thing it's like you work, we have a plan, but our plan's going to fit to what Cam Ward does best.
Correct.
Instead of like Cam Ward adapting to us. I'm like, that never works. Find out what Cam does well. Tailor your offense to that skill set, that powerful skill set, and let it go.
What I hope this becomes is what we saw when Mike Heimerdinger got here, and as many people have put it, unlocked Steve McNair.
The first time.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
Like, and look, I think that Les Steckel started that process. And Jeff told that, we heard that story of kind of what happened there. But I think Dinger truly, was able to bring to show what Steve was going to be able to do
to a next level. Yeah,
he took him to a next level.
I remember he came in 2000. It's like, all right, how's this going to work? You lost your coordinator, got you to the Super Bowl, and then it's like, oh, this is nice. I mean, because you had 2000, 02, and 03 teams were really, the 01 team was terrible.
Wasn't that a situation too where Heimerdinger was in Denver with Shanahan, but Shanahan was calling the offense?
I don't remember.
I think so. I think it was I think Dinger was the coordinator, but Shanahan was calling his own offense. And so he wanted a chance. Heimerdinger wanted a chance to call plays.
Which makes sense.
Jeff and Mike were real tight. And
didn't he leave here and go to the Jets?
He did. And he went to the Jets and then came back.
For an 07, because he had Norm Chow in 5 and 6. I think Heimerdinger came back in 07.
Yeah, he left, and I don't remember why he left necessarily, but
I think he got a bump. He was like associate head coach.
No, that was in Denver because he left. So he left here after 04, 05. He was the Jets coordinator. He goes back to Denver in 06 as assistant head coach.
Okay.
07, he was assistant head coach, quarterbacks coach. Then he comes back here in 08.
For 3 years, and then
that was it.
Munchak said, see ya. And Munchak got hired in 2011. Yeah, I mean, that was a fun little time. The 02 and 03 teams. I mean, we all talk about the 2000 team, but 02 and 03 were fun to watch too as well, especially 03 because McNair was a co-MVP. I thought he should have been the MVP.
Yep.
But they didn't want to give Peyton half of that, which is whatever. But 03 was fun to watch. And then 04 was a bad year with the salary cap looming and guys going left and right, and injuries just wasn't that way. But then they rebounded when he came back. And then 08 was a good take. 08, they went 13-3, so it wasn't like anything was bad. And then
you know who else probably owes Mike Heimerdinger a lot of praise? Is Jay Cutler. Because Dinger working with him early in his career, I think, really helped him.
It'd been the 2 years of Denver, 06
Yep.
and 07.
Yep. And then he came back here after Norm Chow.
Chow.
That was a
Oh man, that was something.
That was
The USC tie with that, and then no, was Norm here in 05 and 06? Was that when he was here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Well, he was here until 08. Yeah, 05, 06, 07, I think.
Was he 07? Wow.
Because Dinger came back in 08, and I don't remember another one.
No, me neither. That was something, man. It's like you look, it's 20 years ago, but man, it was like it was yesterday. All that happened that went on. And
yeah, he 05 to 07.
Okay. He came back, and because he would have loved to have Leinart because he was a USC OC in 04 and didn't hit in the 05 was a really bad team, really bad. And then 6 went 8-8, and then 7 made the playoffs and got beat by the Chargers.
So I just read that it says 2025 to present Vikings offensive analyst, but I didn't read the first part, and I was like, he's with the Vikings? It's the Vienna Vikings in Austria of
Oh man.
that's where Norm Chow is right now.
Currently?
Yes.
He's got to be 80, right?
He is 79.
79.
Well done. Yep.
I mean, I'm not taking away his knowledge of football. I think he's a brilliant. It just didn't work here. Just tough to translate from the college to the pros.
Our friend Katie texted me and said, hearing the name Norm Chow makes me twitch. I think a lot of Titans fans feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, because he came a lot of fanfare and just they weren't good.
It was never. It was just one of those things that after those glory days ended, and Dinger left and Derek left and Samari and then Steve and Eddie, and it's like when that happened, it's kind of like you could never. And I know they had the 2008 was great, like. And you thought, oh, maybe it's back and stuff, but they could just never find that spark again.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Right.
So
right.
What we had was, although the 97 and 8 team were still here technically, the 99 team was like Nashville's team. That was the one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, one of the loudest stadiums I've ever been in my life was when the Rams came in here 6-0 on that Sunday. It was so loud.
Yep.
And false start Fred had the 6 false starts. Javon was in the backfield more than Marshall Faulk. It was a hell of a day in watching that, and that was something that was special.
It's just, I mean, we love playing the what if game because remember when we had Coach on a few weeks ago, and I probably worded it incorrectly, but I said, the 2000 team was probably better, and he goes, probably it was better,
right.
But I mean that team and the 08 team. Or you have a couple plays back, who knows what would have happened? Because if you beat Baltimore, yeah, right. If Chris was healthy and not out of the game, they probably win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Al's got to make a couple kicks in 2000. Obviously, we know about Eddie and the fumble and taking it away.
The 08 team. If Crumpler doesn't fumble at the 5, he doesn't fumble, they win that game.
Yeah,
and then Pittsburgh never gets the Super Bowl.
Oh, I firmly believe both in 2000 and 2008, if the Titans beat the Ravens, there's 2 Lombardi trophies here.
And it's funny.
Jeff Fisher's a Hall of Fame coach.
Ravens beat him both times. Super Bowl both times. Tampa.
Yeah, you're right. You think about how, because again, both of those games are based on a couple of plays.
Sure.
That if those plays go different, and you can say the same thing about the Super Bowl in 99 too, but those things go different and they win those games and they go and they win it all. Jeff's got 2 rings and 3 appearances. He's in Canton, no question.
Yeah.
Eddie is probably, Eddie's got 2 appearances, 1 ring. He's in Canton.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, 2 appearances, 1 ring. I'd say Canton.
Yep.
That probably helps D Mace. I mean, like, you just think about that and like that, how different the history looks.
Sure.
And any team can say this based on a couple of plays.
Well, what about, we had talked to Fisher about the draft.
Floyd's probably in.
What would have happened had you drafted Matt Leinart, or Cutler, He was more adamant like Cutler, right? When
he liked Jay.
Yeah, more.
And
Cutler
I think Floyd did too. I think it was they had acquiesced to Bud.
Yeah, and I don't think they would have taken a Vanderbilt quarterback at 3. I was like, coming off of 5 and 6.
But I mean,
seasons.
based on what he has said and when he's talked to us about it and what conversations I had with Floyd, it kind of felt like that they would have.
Yeah. VY
is my guy.
My guy.
Yep.
Thanks, Bud.
I mean, but here's the thing. If that had worked, oh my God, he could have been great. He just couldn't get out of his own way.
Cutler?
No, Vince.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the athletic ability that he had.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just could not get out of his own way.
He was amazing. I was like one of those guys.
And I'll tell you what would have
put him as an H-back and let him do some things, but he would have never done that.
And Jeff and Floyd have both, I think, agreed on this. If Bud had not, I truly believe Steve McNair wanted to end his career here. And I think if they had gone to him and said, Steve, we want to keep you, but we can't do it at the contract you currently have, Steve would have said, let's work on it. Let's figure it out. And like Bus Cook, like they would have figured that part out. But when Bud made Floyd lock him out, that ended the relationship.
Get out of here. Get.
Right. And it was just like if they had been able to keep Steve for a couple more years and bring Vince in and let Vince play behind Steve, who he respected and looked up to,
yeah,
that whole thing could have gone differently.
You're right. It could have. I will still say nobody could tackle Vince in the open field.
Yep. No.
Even in the NFL. Nobody could. I mean, nobody could tackle him. He was that fast, that big, that quick. He was Cam Newton. You couldn't tackle him, man. It's a shame. It was, he spent 5 seasons here, but at 06 to 10, it was something else, man.
Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is. It's celebrity birthdays. Put a bow on things. On this Monday, it's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 1025, the game on this Monday, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, where we will be on Thursday. Always enjoy going over there. Hey, Smashville Live comes back on Wednesday, and it's going to be out at Brew House South in Cool Springs. Max Hers and Willie Donick are going to host, and the special guest this week, GM Barry Trotz. They're going to spend a whole hour with Trotzy as he talks about the team, his retirement, tells stories. So should be a lot of fun out at Brew House South in Cool Springs starting at 6 o'clock on 1025 The Game. So really excited about that. And also coming up on Thursday night, I think Wednesday night for Smashville Live. I think I said Thursday, Wednesday night. Thursday night will be the Stars Trivia Night at Boomba's in East Nashville, full of fun, food, and prizes, and supporting our friends at Stars, a nonprofit providing free mental health support for students in over 200 schools across Middle Tennessee. More details on how to register, visit thegamenashville.com/events. Willie's going to host that. Obviously, his late wife, Erin, was with Stars for a long time, and so that's near and dear to him and to us. So look forward to that. Some big events coming up this week. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right, first on the list we have here, it is Cream Bun Day, celebrated in Iceland.
Interesting.
So if you like cream buns, there you go. Let's see. Do a Grouch a Favor Day. I don't know if you compare that with cream buns, but International Syra Day is today. Just saying.
Please stop.
Just saying. International Syra Day. It's a type of wine, it looks like. Maybe
Spell that.
Syra. Yeah. Yeah, why?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know that wine, Joe?
I love that wine.
Oh, wow.
I pair it with my filet mignons all the time.
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
I have a feeling I'm pronouncing this incorrectly.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. You said mignons, like filet mignon. I didn't know. All right, continuing. Let's see.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Let's see. Shrove Monday. Not sure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Shrove Monday. President's Day. National Innovation Day. National Almond Day. Tim Tam Day. Looks like a type of chocolate. I don't think I've ever had a Tim Tam.
You sure about that?
That's it. Yeah, that's all we got.
Tim Tam.
Yeah, that's what it says. Tim Tam. Yeah.
What's the picture of?
Tim Tam bar.
Tim Tam bar.
Yeah.
All right, Tim Tam. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within 2 years. Since Chase, you went first on Friday. Dr. Crane, you go first today. Our first birthday, friend of the show, John McEnroe.
67.
71.
67 exactly.
Nice.
Dr. Crane. Chaser, former NBA player, Notre Dame All-American basketball player, Kelly Tripucka.
57.
59.
67. Dr. Crane, former Georgia Tech point guard, Cleveland Cavalier All-Pro, Mark Price.
52.
Was he a coach too, or?
I do not think so.
I'm gonna say 58.
62. I think his brother was. Chaser, the bus. How old is the bus?
Jerome Bettis is 53.
52.
54. Chase on the board, 2-1. Dr. Crane, how old is former Nebraska running back, Green Bay Packer running back, Amon Green?
45.
47.
49 within 2. We're tied at 2.
Mark Price is an assistant, or has been an assistant in the NBA.
There we go. Chase LeVar Burton.
Lieutenant Commander Geordie LaForge of the USS Enterprise is 73.
70.
69.
Dang.
3-2, Dr. Crane. Dr. Crane, how old is your favorite guy, Ice-T?
64.
63.
68.
Dang.
Chaser, how old is your favorite artist, The Weeknd?
37.
36.
36, exactly. 5-2 now. Dr. Crane, how old is jazz singer Peggy King? Very popular jazz singer.
83.
80.
96. Chaser, how old is the greatest American hero, the TV show, actor William Catt?
81.
80.
75. Dr. Crane, how old is the guitar player for Duran Duran, Andy Taylor?
71.
74.
65. Chaser, how old is the drummer for Slayer, Dave Lombardo?
58.
54.
61. Dr. Crane, how old is DJ producer Bass Nectar?
60.
44.
48. Chaser, how old is one of your favorite people, rapper Lupe Fiasco?
52.
44.
44 exactly. Dr. Crane, last one. Dr. Crane, how old is lead singer of Hot Shell Ray, Ryan Felice?
52.
47.
39. With that, Dr. Crane wins 7-2. Somebody's
Nice.
been practicing.
Good job, Dr.
No, I'm
Crane.
not. Thank
Good
you,
job.
Chase.
It's well done. I know there's a big birthday tomorrow. I don't know his age, but he just won the Daytona 500 as an owner.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
MJ.
I have no idea how old he is.
Well, maybe we disqualified now because you know it's his
You
birthday
can't do
tomorrow.
that because they talked about it on the thing that I'm the most passionate about.
Yeah, you can't do that, Joe.
So,
Dry cleaning?
no, the race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody kept telling him happy birthday. So,
It's not really his birthday, man. I
yeah,
get it.
let's say on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have to I'll have to go to the committee about this. Because now you've been thinking about
I
it.
allow it. No, I'll allow it.
Okay.
If I'm the opponent here and I allow it, it's okay.
You're not on the committee, but I will let the committee know of your concerns.
I think the players overrule the committee in this case.
All right. Well, it's not your committee. I've got a really good committee that looks
I
at
think it's a
this.
waste of time. So let's just get rid of it.
Great people there.
Kidding. That is going to do it for us here today. DVD coming your way next.
Hey, as always, you made it through the weekend, guys. We're proud of you. Be strong this week. Be steady. Tell people that you love them and everything. Here's a website, unitycares.com. If you're unsure about therapy and where to go and where to start, unitycares.com. Please go to therapy. Please talk. I'm telling you, you'll find gratitude to become closer to God, get your problems out there and talk. And that way people can care about you even more. Know just how loved you are, how much we love you on this show. And more important, more than anything else in this world, please know that God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD is next here on this Monday. And tomorrow, starting at noon, where are we? We're at the putting zone.
The putting zone, 3040 Sitco Drive. Come by and see us 12-3. I'm telling you, it's not mini golf. It's revolutionizing indoor putting. You will absolutely love it. We're there tomorrow from noon to 3, 3040 Sitco Drive, theputtingzone.com for more information.
And we start at noon. DVD coming your way next here on 102.5 The Game.